This is Hellfire RPGs, and you're watching another episode of Know the Facts. Today we're going to look at Final Fantasy IX. It's been out for 14 years now, but chances are there's still a load of things that you don't know about this game. We'll start with FF9's appearance on the telly. We all know that Coca-Cola just loves spreading their name around. Did you know that prior to the FF9 release, Coke partnered with Square to produce a Final Fantasy IX inspired advert? This wasn't the only time the two companies partnered up. There were also multiple series of Final Fantasy figurines attached to Coca-Cola products in Japan. It's always exciting to discover new things after years of playing a game. Final Fantasy IX takes the cake in this area. It took a massive 13 years for Western gamers to discover a certain side quest in this game. Triggering the events of this side quest is quite ridiculous. It involves talking to the Nero brothers multiple times while completing certain boss battles and other story triggers in the final dungeon. This quest was only ever mentioned in Japan's Final Fantasy IX Ultimania guide, which is why it flew under the radar so long in every other part of the world. There's no surprise that it wasn't mentioned in the Western Final Fantasy IX strategy guide, as it's widely considered to be one of the worst guides ever released. What about our favourite red-headed friend Emirate? Did you know that he was originally going to be called Salamander? It was changed to Emirate due to the 7 character limitations in the menu screen. The word Amaranth also resembles the red plant amaranth. It's likely that they dropped the H at the end to keep this at 7 letters. Remember Sinner? He actually has a face portrait, but it goes completely unseen throughout the game. The reason for this is that when he joins your party, the player can't access the menu screen. I already mentioned the references that Final Fantasy VIII makes to Star Wars in the FF8 Know the Facts video. It looks like the Final Fantasy IX staff also had some avid Star Wars fans. Just before the final battle, Necron explains to Zidane that fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Sound familiar? This is the exact same quote that Yoda says to Anakin in The Phantom Menace.
Here is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering.
We all know that Yoda knows best. Most of us have completed Final Fantasy IX, but did you know that you can play blackjack at the end of the game? Once the end screen is seen, press the following button combinations. Once you lose, and you will lose, just put the combination in again for a second game. Fans have always wondered about the gender of Quina. Male, female, Lady Gaga, Bruce Jenner? This debate gets even more confusing with the French, Spanish and Italian versions referring to Quina as a she, the German version referring to Quina as he, and the American version referring to Quina as she/he. On the topic of Quina, his or her name is a Japanese play on words. The first name Quina translates to eat, while the last name Quen translates to cannot eat. Believe it or not, but Final Fantasy IX is actually 2-player. By that, I mean 2 players can control the party members in battle. This feature isn't even mentioned in the instruction manual, but it can be changed in the game settings. Series creator Hironobu Sakaguchi is a legend. While fans tend to favour Final Fantasy 7 and 8 over 9, Hironobu said that out of all the Final Fantasy games, this is his personal favourite. He even named Ieko after his wife. Final Fantasy games always reference other games from the series. Here's some references that you may not know about. After interacting with a Buster Sword-like object in Lindblum Weapon Shop, Zidane will say, "I remember a guy with spiky hair who carried something like this." This obviously references Cloud Strife from FF7. He and Squall are also mentioned during the play at the end of the game, when Marcus says, "No cloud nor squall shall hinder us." What's even more interesting is that the Ragtime Mouse actually references a future Final Fantasy game, FF10. The card that the Ragtime Mouse is holding has a message presented on its face that most players will never see. The text is in Japanese and reads, "Pop quiz. Final Fantasy X's theme is guts. True or false?" Did you learn something new in this video, or is there something else interesting that I missed? Let me know in the comments. If you want to know more facts, subscribe and check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching.